Hello and welcome to another episode of A Ghost in the Magazine. I'm Steph,
And I'm Elle.
and this week we're covering Legion from 2010. I can't wait to hear what Elle has to say because this is one of those movies like when I did my movie month last year, like this movie, if I remembered about it, it could have been swapped out for any of those movies that I chose because I've seen it so many times. I'm not going to sit here and say it's one of my favorite movies, but I will say there was a season where we didn't have cable, and this was one of the DVDs that was on heavy rotation. So we're familiar. Just, like how did you feel after watching this movie?
If I wanted to watch a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie or like an action flick in general, I would have watched an action flick. This
Okay.
was not a horror movie to me. It just like had an angel and it was a bunch of shooting and action. I see that and it is annoying. Okay.
It's
It is like
funny.
it's like supernatural jizzed all over a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
No,
That's
that's
what it
true.
is.
I did say that like Supernatural walked so this bitch could jog at a steady pace because I had to check to see when this movie came out to see. I'm like, all right, who's stealing from who here? Because
It's
they're
got
heavily influenced.
it's got a 90s action flick vibe to it. And
I
that
like
I
90s
think
action flicks.
you are very welcome to like those, but my father watched them a lot
Mine
and
too.
not a fan of 90s action movies because it was like oversaturated in my house, and I think probably like the same five or six. And part of it is the reason I bring Jean-Claude Van Damme up is because my mom also had a crush on him. So I had to watch a lot of like the little like tight blue jean Jean-Claude Van Damme flicks,
Jeez.
and
Your mom's so cool
there's
though.
not a plot. There's not a plot in them. That's the problem. You're not telling me a story. I'm bored. And
There's
you
a
see, that's what I
story
focus
here.
on.
It's not a great story. There are many, many, many issues here, but there's a story. There's more of a story here than
Why is the
Hard Rock
baby the
Nightmare.
savior? Why
Okay,
is the
that's a good
baby?
question that I don't have an answer to.
The
And
the thing about it is Hard Rock Nightmare is not about a story. It's about
what is it
it's
about?
about metal. It's
No,
about
it's not.
metal.
Black Roses is about metal. No.
I'm not defending that movie. This is a shit movie.
Okay. I enjoy this movie and I enjoy this fucked up ice cream guy. I think it's all hilarious, okay? I think it's hilarious. And it's giving I think the angels are fucking cool, okay? But I'm like also I'm in the middle of rewatching Supernatural. You know what I mean? Like I'm in deep. I think
This has
season
got
7 just
supernatural
ended.
vibes. Yeah.
It's literally Supernatural took a dump on this movie's chest. Okay? Like it it's giving, okay? Especially when you think about the angels. So Archangel Michael's
Mm-hmm.
fine ass touchdown and he's covered in these tattoos. I only think he's hot until the tattoos disappear. And it's mostly the tattoos. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. He looks good. And I think he's
Judging.
hardcore when he cuts his wings off. You're not judging me. You're not judging me. Don't judge each other here. Let's have
Okay.
friendship down.
No, no, no. But when you think that's cool, you think that's
Yeah.
cool when he cuts his wings off.
Yeah. I
I
think
have
it's
a book for
hardcore.
you, and you're gonna read it. I have a book for you, and you're gonna read it, and it is called Metal Angel. And that scene was taken straight out of that book, where the
Honestly,
angel cuts his wings off.
honestly, I might be into it. I don't know. Like, I don't
I
know. How
mean,
many pages is it?
he does, it's pretty short actually. He does like mentally talk about like exactly what he wants his dick to look like in these Levi's jeans, like that scene.
Wait, is that real or did you just make that up?
No, it's a scene in a book.
I'll read it.
Okay. That's for our cringe book club.
Amazing. Like, I love that for us. So, like, all right. So, yeah, he comes down, he chops his wings off. He's got these hot tattoos that mean something. Okay. You don't find out right away what it means. But like it becomes very clear. I like that they, put it all out there in the beginning. that there's a mission. Obviously, he's an angel and he's going off the script, right? And then it's almost like the fucking Stand, okay? It's it's a diner, okay? There's this simp bitch named Jeep. Okay. Also, the pregnant girl Charlie, she's just from Supernatural. She is. She just happened to find herself pregnant as hell in this diner where Jeep's ignoring his responsibilities and building her a crib, even though she's repeatedly said she doesn't want the baby. She does not want it. She is preparing to give it away. I don't know where she's going because they're literally in the middle of nowhere, and she lives in a motorhome in all the dirt because it's just dust. It's just dust. You okay?
His name is Jeep.
It's Jeep. Beep beep. It's so funny. And his dad is Dennis Quaid, and his name's Bob. And then there's a chef, a black chef.
What motivates a man named Bob to beget a son named Jeep?
You know, we don't know that it wasn't his mama's fault that his name is Jeep because she's dead.
Well, I mean, she fucked a guy called Bob, so I mean,
listen, Bobs need love too.
obvious
Okay.
next.
I'll honestly, I'm gonna be
Next
honest.
step.
This is a little segue, but I will never see Dennis Quaid the same. After watching that movie where he was an intruder and harassing Megan Good, you never seen that movie?
I haven't seen that one.
We're not gonna go into it, but like he scared the fuck out of me. And like they bought his house, and he just kept coming around, and he was a scary man, and like now I'll never see him as Parent Trap Dad or Bob from Legion. He is scary Dennis Quaid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dennis Quaid.
You know what
it.
Bob and Jeep were giving though? Really
What?
was do you remember the Void, the movie The Void, the Canadian horror like Lovecraftian one?
Yeah,
The
it came up on my
Hunter and
TV
the
today.
Sun.
Yep. Yeah. Yup. Yeah. So it's
That's
just
the
a very
vibes I got.
weird, it's just a very weird, dusty dynamic, and you're immediately like, dude, get a fucking life, okay? He thinks he's gonna be like her. I mean, he does end up being her fucking savior, but like that, okay. All right, hold on. Okay.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I also don't like how Michael tells him that Jeep is the reason why he believes in humanity. And I'm just like, oh, okay. A simp is the reason why, not like people who do so much good in this world, like, you know, doctors, not sailor doctors like Rowan Mayfair, but like doctors who care and are passionate about what they do. You know what I mean? Not them, Michael. But then again, I don't mean any disrespect to Archangel
His name
Michael.
is fucking Michael.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't say it because actual Archangel Michael I fuck with. TV Archangel Michaels, books Archangel Michaels. I don't know. They're not real, so I can talk shit. You know.
Who is Michael in Supernatural?
Archangel Michael, he
is like bad angel in the Bizarro world. I think that's the only time you don't see him in actual world. You only see him in the alternative one. I fuck with Gabriel in Supernatural, and that's it. Like I loved actually Gabriel's character was my favorite. I fucking love Gabriel. He was my favorite character in the seasons he was in, and I was so sad when he died.
You're entitled to feel that way. I'm not trying to relive it because I am about to be in season 8. I need to leave everything in the past because I always get here and restart. I am moving forward. I will get to the end of season 15. So let me just set the scene here really quick because this is the only scene. There's only one setting once, you know, everybody gets to the destination. It's the diner, okay? Jeep is trying to fix the car for mom and dad. I don't remember their names. But then Audrey, I know her as Marissa's sister from the OC. I love that she's in this movie. But like, there's a fucked up family dynamic there. Tyrese finds his way to this thing, and he's like strapped to the gods. And then Archangel Michael shows up.
I
So
just remembered though that Jeep's a mechanic.
yeah. But he doesn't know how to, like do anything that involves a computer. So like he's not, like he's a basic mechanic.
I know, but why? I hate characters that are like that. I hate that. It's like a pet peeve I have.
I'm
Like,
sure if he could choose his name, he wouldn't choose fucking Jeep. You know what I mean? Like we can't do
I think
anything about. I wouldn't choose Stephanie.
no.
Everyone's named Stephanie. This is my favorite scene of the entire movie. My favorite scene. I think it's so fucking funny. It's messed up, but I think it's hilarious. Okay. And the reason why I wanted to watch this movie for the podcast is because Matt and I were doing The Last of Us, and there was a fucked up old lady in the first episode of The Last of Us. So you see this bitch in her walker. Okay, roll up. Her name is Gladys Foster. Okay. And she makes, polite conversation. She's asking Charlie about the baby, and she's like, all the babies are gonna fucking burn while she's eating a bloody steak. And Charlie's like, well, fuck you, grandma. And this lady starts cussing at people, and then she's crawling on the ceiling. It's so funny. She's gross because like flies are buzzing around her too. And she rips a chunk out of the husband's neck. Okay. And then Percy fucking chucks this hoe with a cast iron motherfucking skillet. And the way this old lady says, Bing! What? It doesn't do anything to her. It doesn't do anything to her. It's hilarious to me. I think it's the funniest scene. It's just so out of pocket with everything else that goes on. And then, like the phones are down all of a sudden, and they're trying to get this man to the hospital, but there's like this cloud of bugs, okay? This like a plague. And so they have to go back, and so they're stuck. They're stuck in this place. And Michael's like, everybody strap up. The first wave's coming, and it's like, I just think it's so fun. I think it's a really, really good time. He gears them up to fight, and then this motherfucker, my thing's mirrored, so I don't know where to point. This fucking guy. I think he's funny. He comes out, it's just him in the ice cream truck, and they're like, what the shit? There's some people on the roof. It's hilarious. And he, first of all, he does this shit with his mouth, and he's like screaming at them like a little bitch, and then his limbs like elongate, and he's trotting like a fucking camel spider. Yes, come on, Elle, come on.
I need a little bit of like story or like psychological aspect to it. For me, it was just all like, let's shoot things.
Yeah, but they're shooting things because these aren't even demons. Sorry, these aren't even demons. You think that they're demons,
angels, yeah.
but they're angels. Because it turns out the baby was never supposed to be born, and Michael fucked everything up by allowing the baby to be born, and like it's gonna save everybody.
Because God has lost faith in humanity.
Which does happen from
But
time
why?
to time, and I understand.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but like give us that story beat. Let's see it. Let's see the way that things, besides just like being poor, like people have been poor since the beginning of time. I don't know. I'm just not very convinced of the story elements of this. I like the angel stuff. That's interesting. I do like angels being seen as like the demonic forms, kind of like what we would identify as demons, because like that's what angels are. They're the same thing as demons. Demons are fallen angels, so they would be the same, which is again supernatural.
God, I love supernatural. God damn. And maybe that's
just
why I have such a soft spot for this, because of
well, see, here we go. Hey, I figured it out why I don't like it.
Okay.
In Supernatural, you have Sam and Dean. You have the muscle, and you have the one that's sitting back reading the books and cracking the case. There's no one sitting back reading the books giving you lore in this. That's what I find interesting. That's why I'm a Sam girl. You like the action. You're a Dean girl. I'm not interested in the damn action. I want them to tell me a cool story about some weird occult shit that I don't never heard of before that has some interesting storytelling element to it. This was just like
Hey,
a
but
bunch
you
of
need both.
tepid.
You need both to make it
You do.
supernatural,
You
first of all.
do.
But there's not enough time I feel like in this situation to like, where are they going to get
They
a blood
could cut
bath?
out some of the shooting guns at shit.
No, they need
Come
the
on.
guns. No, they need the
Not
guns.
all of it.
Yes, all of it. All
I'm
of the
not
fucking
saying
guns.
cut all.
All the
Jesus
teeth.
Christ.
All the old ladies crawling on the ceiling. All the
I
fucking
like the old lady. That's the only scene in it that I really liked.
because it's the best scene, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So that scene and then like the angels fighting and like when he touched down and when he cuts his ring, those are the only things that like I'm like, yes, like this that sticks. I don't
But we
mind the
could
rest of
cut
the stuff.
Jeep out of it. We could cut Jeep
No,
out
you
and like
can't.
make some time there. He's boring.
Yeah, but he gets the tattoos. Michael chooses him. He's the one who
So pick a
inspires
different.
Michael. There's no one else. It's either him or Tyrese. Tyrese is running from his responsibilities, baby daddy. He doesn't have time for that shit. And he starts with guns. He brings guns. So like, do you really want
Yeah.
it to be
What about
Tyrese?
like the cook?
Bob's too old.
What about the
Percy's too
cook?
old. No, they're too old. Jeep is a spring chicken. I can't believe I'm pleading Jeep's case so hard. I don't mind this movie. Like I enjoy some significant parts. But so okay, actually another
I
part.
paid $3 to watch this movie, and I want my $3 back. It was three
But I keep
dollars
it.
for a bunch of like shooting it at fucking angels, which it's like,
Okay, but there was also the scene where like, Howard's dead, right? They drag him outside. I know his name, but I don't know the fucking mom's name. Anyways, and they're not watching her and she hears him, okay, and of course she's the dumb bitch that will get everybody killed, and she tries to go outside and he's hanging upside down on a crucifix with like boils on his back and it's literally like a biological bomb. That's cool. That wasn't guns.
yeah, that's how they killed Percy.
You're like I'm impressed, but come on. I don't know why I'm trying to convince you so hard. I don't get that. I don't know what that is about
I'm
myself.
just, I get it. I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad it brings you joy, and I love you, and so I'm glad you're happy. But I would never watch this movie again, not for any amount of money.
Damn. Not for free 99.
No,
Aw. Free. Why?
I don't want to watch it again. I'll give it 2 quarter-eating bitches over the 1 quarter-eating bitch I gave Hard Rock Nightmare because I can acknowledge at least it's a better caliber movie. But if I was really drunk, I'd probably watch Hard Rock Nightmare again just to make fun of it. So I don't even think that there's that much to make fun of here. It's just not my thing.
No, I mean, to make fun of just the fucking old lady crawling on
Yeah.
the
I don't
ceiling.
think that I just think that's cool. Like I like a cursing old lady. Like
I
I
love a cursing old lady.
that's my energy there, so
That's valid. You're entitled to that opinion. It honestly, it doesn't even matter to me. I don't know why. I'm trying to convince you so hard to enjoy this movie. Obviously I would watch it again because I've seen it a bunch of times. But it's like it's one of the for me it's one of those movies that I can put on in the background and then I will tune in specifically for the parts that I like and then be like, yeah, all right, and then I'll watch it again in
that's
another
good.
couple of years. You know, um,
That's good. I'm glad you like it that way. I'm glad it's like a comfort movie. So like
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like for me it's too much action and not enough story. That's just
it
how
is.
I feel about it.
That's a valid point. It actually is more action than story. How did you feel, okay, about this stupidity? There's a lot of stupidity, okay, but Tyrese and Audrey are up on the roof when the next wave comes, and it's like a minivan, and they pull up to get gas and they're like trying to warn them, and there's like a kid in the van, and both of these motherfuckers drop down from the roof to try and save this kid, and this kid ends up being like one of the possessed angels, and he gets inside.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about that trap?
I knew it was coming. Like,
Well,
I'm not,
yeah.
I can't understand how they would fall for that. Like, I guess I do.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Well, he's a
But
dad.
again, it's just like using kids for a cheap mechanism, which it worked in this because it worked on the characters. So there was like a reason for it, a valid reason that it worked. It was uncomfortable. So, I mean, that added to it. It's just like, I don't know.
William's just all right. That's all right.
It's all right. It's
That's
all
all
right.
right. Um, so there's this inconceivable scene. Like if I didn't write these down, I wouldn't have remembered them all because they all blur into
Yeah.
the same, like they all just kind of blur together. This scene,
Mm-hmm.
okay, all right, what's happening is that Audrey's mom is like, she snatches up the baby and she's like, they just want the fucking baby. I'm gonna give them the fucking baby. Let's go, child of mine. We're getting the fuck out of here. I'm gonna sacrifice the baby. So while this is happening, she's in front of the door, and Archangel Gabriel blows the door open, right? So while this is happening, Michael shoots the mom in the brain, okay? She flings the baby. Jeep catches the baby like it's goddamn football. It's a newborn fucking baby, and then like the baby is just fine. And then like there's another scene later where they're trying to get away from Gabriel, because you can't like kill an
Mm-hmm.
angel if you're a human person. And then like the car rolls off the side of the road, and he's like, how's the baby? The baby's fine, but Audrey died. She's a sturdy teenager and she died. But the newborn baby, who's literally like 15 minutes
His
old,
its brains would be scrambled eggs. Like,
they
it
still have a
wouldn't
soft spot.
survive that. Yeah. There's shaken baby syndrome. There's all kinds
Mhm.
of things. Like, you can't treat an infant that way. You have to be very, very careful with the baby. You can't drop a baby. You can't.
Get into car accidents.
No, you can't get into car accidents. For it to be deficient on the storytelling in that way, it's just like, add it to the list.
But I think that stuff is funny. Like, I know that this movie, I know that this
Okay.
movie wants to
That
be,
argument works. I like
okay,
it.
all right, cool. Because I'm like, I know this movie wants to be serious, but I don't take it seriously at all. It's fucking hilarious. Like, you really mean that you fumbled the baby like a football and it's fine? Sir.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Sir. No, this movie is so funny. Um, love it here. The fancy angel fighting, it's cute. It's very cute. Like they put serious effort, I feel like, into this. Like it was like if
Mhm.
a school project, but like the best in the class got their like, college brother who is in film school to help them add some razzle dazzle on that shit. I mean, like, it's better than a college project, but like you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
fun. It's just fun. It's fun and it's funny. Oh well, again, I like it here. I do.
Mhm.
So this ice cream guy, like I think I literally think he looks like a camel spider, and them shits are scary. I think it's so funny.
You you know what he looks like? I don't know if you've ever watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes, ultimately Michael won. Okay, he defeated because it's the Christian religion is all about games. So God really wanted someone to defy him and choose love over the direct orders he gave that garrison. Okay? So
Doesn't sound like the Christian God to me.
I don't know. I just work here. It's like,
I've read the Bible and it doesn't seem like free thinking is like vastly rewarded, especially in the Old Testament, just saying.
no. So it seems to me like Michael would have been exploded instantly before he got to his objective.
Yeeted. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I don't know whose dad that was, but
Chuck would never.
no, Chuck would never.
He would get like butthurt immediately that somebody didn't do what he said and
Absolutely.
explode in a bunch of like small man rage.
Not small man rage. I don't know. That's my lot. That's all I got. I would give it, honestly, I'm gonna give it like 2 3/4 quarter eating bitches. I just can't give it a 3. I can't. I can't.
So the thing is I think we like it maybe close to the same. I just like don't have the emotional attachment you have to
Yeah.
it because of the history, and that's it. Like I think it's okay. I'm not gonna seek this out again. That's all.
Probably
Because I
will
don't
in a
have an
couple of
emotional
years.
attachment to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can find this podcast on the interwebs at ghostinthemagazine.site or on Twitter at GI10 Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WitchXPudding.
And you can follow me at Nocturnical.
Okay, bye.